Welcome back, everyone. My name is Magenta, and I'm thrilled to be announcing the 2021 Supply Frame Design Lab Hackaday Prize. This is our chance to reset the clock, reframe the challenge, to hack the future. Rethink the way we communicate through technology, design solutions for remote collaboration, create hardware that solves problems and invites the next generation of engineers, build electronic companions or robots for everything from support to functional assistance, or chase the wild card and pursue your own idea. Reimagine, refresh, rebuild. This is the Hackaday Prize, brought to you by Supply Frame and DigiKey Electronics. Be sure to stay tuned for updates. There's so many ways to engage, both online and in person. So gather your team, nominate your mentors, and get hacking.
Hello and welcome to the 2021 Hackaday Prize Award Ceremony. It's so nice to have you with us today. My name is Mike Stish. I'm Editor-in-Chief of Hackaday.
My name is Magenta Strongheart. I'm Head of Design and
the reason why this stands out for me and why I think it is so critical.
Right. So first up, we have our 5th place award and winner of $3,000. I'm so excited to have this creator getting to be awarded this prize. Their project is very near and dear to my own heart. It's something that we are focusing on the design lab this past year and into next year. We're creating our own tools to try to address this challenge. But before I give too much away, I want us to hear more from the judges.
The reason why this stands out for me and why I think it is so critically important, it's almost impossible to overstate just how important this project is because it, as far as I can see, it appears to be an actual viable solution to the reuse of plastics. And having some kind of a system for reusing plastic without great expense, without a separate expense, not having to buy some extra thing that you don't already have in order to make use of the plastic, but instead making it something that is actually just, built in, it's a part of the machine. We're starting from that point. I think it's absolutely just fantastic. And as somebody who has, the other thing about it that just blows me away is just making stuff out of junk and getting it to work. And that's what I've seen in this project as well, which is, in my mind, the highest form of engineering. So fantastic work. Congratulations to the creator of the Direct Granules Extruder project. Seriously, this is a step towards saving the world. I don't think I'm overstating that when I say it.
Woo! Congratulations to our 5th place winner and winner of $3,000. I believe you're on the call. Many of you may know him as Homo Faciens, his YouTube channel and incredible YouTube personality. I will turn it over to you to accept your award. Give you just a moment to spotlight.
Hello and good evening. Welcome here on YouTube. Sorry, a little discombobulated here this evening, but I'm going to try to get things focused here. So let's get into it here. Let's see. This is K1DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations, please stand by where the repeaters are placed into net mode.
PL off.
Good evening, and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. Great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general. And thankfully, we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron, and I am Net Control. Good evening to everyone. We meet every Wednesday except for the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. Both have a negative offset. 2 meter uses negative 600 kilohertz, and 70 centimeter uses negative 5 megahertz, meaning you transmit on 144.890 for 2 meter or 443.625 for 70 centimeter. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? I hope everyone is doing well during this holiday time. If this is a short net, not a problem, but hopefully everyone is doing well for the holiday season here. If you wish to contact our net, you can do so via email drclearningnet@gmail.com, elmer@w0tx.org. You can also find us on groups.io/g/ham learning net. We also stream and archive our nets over on youtube.com. If you search for our club call sign, Whiskey 0 Tango X-Ray, you can find our stream there. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'd like to call upon anybody who'd actually like to participate in Net Control duties this evening. If anybody would like to participate from check-ins, script reading, or moderating conversation, I'm more than happy to help out. This is K1DBC Net Control. Anyone who is licensed this evening and is on the net tech class or above and has access to repeater, if you'd like to help out with Net Control duties this evening, please call now.
W0TX repeater.
Hey, good evening, Bob. Everyone else online here, appreciate y'all being here. This is K1DBC Net Control. We will begin by inviting Elmers only to check in with or without traffic. All Elmers, please check in now.
Alpha 0 Juliet Kilo. AA 0 JK. Good evening. We've got traffic. And all the best here to everyone for over the Thanksgiving holiday. AA0JK, back to Net Control.
All right, Net Control, I'd like to welcome all of the following check-in. AA0JK Fred with traffic. Good to have you here this evening, as always. Appreciate you checking in, Al's and Elmer, and thanks for all the kind words there. All right, one more call. If you'd like to check in as an Elmer with or without traffic, all Elmers, please check in now. All right, all other check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. That is the first letter after the number in your call sign. If you can, please try to use IT Phonetics as you check in for your call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you do. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo 0, Bravo Alpha Tango, Art and Aurora, no traffic. Kilo 6, Hotel Juliet Victor, K6HJV, Tom, Arvada, no traffic.
All right, Net Control, I'd like to welcome knowledge of the following check-ins. Online, we had Bob, Whiskey Alpha 4, Mike Bravo Golf. And then over there, we had K0BAT Art and K6HJV Tom. Thank you all so much for checking in. Appreciate that. One more time, check-ins. We'll go ahead and open up the whole alphabet, actually. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net this evening, just for the counter, if you have any traffic or questions, we'll take all call suffixes A through Z. Please check in now with your call sign name and let us know if you have any traffic or questions.
W0 Foxtrot Charlie, Jerry, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, November Romeo Echo, Jim and Littleton with traffic. November 0, Oscar Hotel Mike, Bruce Mobile, Lincoln Northland, no traffic.
Alpha 0, Victor Bravo Alpha, Curtis, Lakewood with traffic.
Making me work for my money.
WD0 CIV, WD0 CIV. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. No traffic.
I think that was it. There's probably some more doubles in there. Let's see. Always fun times on the air. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome knowledge of the following check-ins. We had a couple doubles in there, but I think I got most of them, and I'll call upon anybody who tried to check in and didn't call your call sign after that. But to begin with, we had Whiskey 0, Fox Charlie, Jerry, KE0 NRE, Jim with traffic, KF0 Bravo Uniform, Bruce, KE0 SUM, Jonathan, KA0 VBA Curtis with traffic, and WD0 CIV Charles. Thank you all for checking in. If you did try to check in and I didn't call your call sign, please try again once more. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll put out another call. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, we're taking all call suffixes A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please check in now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now.
Kilo Zero, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield, no traffic.
Looking at a photo of 32 radials here. Antenna centered in between and underneath two big pine trees. A lot of work for this person here. Don't know their call sign. Looking like they're doing 22 feet height. Plenty of bands there. This is K1DBC Net Control. That time I'd like to welcome knowledge the following check-in. K0Y. Yes, Ken, thank you so much for checking in. One more call at the moment. Probably expecting this to be a little bit of a quieter net, maybe shorter net, but not a problem at all. I'll take official check-ins throughout the net, but once more, if you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, just a general conversation about electronics, ham radio, s.t.e.m, s.t.e.m, plenty of combined expertise and experience. So if you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
W0TX.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. With that, we'll throw it over to Fred, AA0JK, with traffic. The net is yours. Go ahead.
AA0JK, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is going to have a fantastic Thanksgiving here coming up. So, what have we got on the list here for this evening? Wanted to bring up a note here that we heard that some people were having a problem with contacting the FCC or using the FCC's website for renewing their license. So we managed to get a email address. It's rather lengthy, but I'm going to post it on the Roundtable newsletter, in the Roundtable newsletter under the Learning Net article. And if you are looking to having to renew your license, this particular website will make it far easier for you to access the proper area there in the FCC. Trying to go in just directly, I heard, is a real fiasco, and people have had considerable problems trying to find the proper area within their websites there to get into the amateur radio area there for renewing their license. So please take note. I won't try to read this over the air because it's quite lengthy and a bit confusing. So it will be posted in the newsletter, the Roundtable newsletter here, coming up here the first of the month. So if that doesn't work, contact me at Elmer at W0TX.org. So what else do we have on the list here? Let me take a pause. Okay, I got to looking here at the on-air, the latest on-air magazine over at the ARRL. Oh, another beauty, another beauty. A lot of information here. Starting at the beginning, they've got an article here for understanding impedance. This is really great information for those who are into antennas, feeding your antenna and getting the proper impedance to your transmitter for best results. Some people call it getting the 101, which is kind of a waste of time. But anyhow, getting the impedance matched for your transmitter with your antenna. So quit chasing that one-to-one and read up here on impedance and how to set your antenna system up properly to make your transmitter happy. Let's see, what else? Oh, we got an article here on choosing an antenna tuner. So that looks interesting. Got an article on Q codes and how to use them properly, what they mean and how to use them. And also, this looks good for those of you that are mainly using handheld transceivers, handheld radios, how to improve the performance of your handheld. And another great article here, antennas, converting a mobile antenna to a base station antenna for you that have limited space and are antenna challenged. A lot of information here too for getting on the air using smaller antennas. And let's see, also they've got a new book out now for from the ARRL on their new operating manual, 1205 item number. So let's see, what else do we have here? That's it for the moment. We'll turn it back here to net control. AA0JK.
All right, AA0JK, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, great information there. Yeah, plenty of information over on the On the Air magazine. A lot of great publications, a lot of great articles here. As you mentioned, let's see here. Yeah, the understanding impedance. So a couple of articles on impedance here. Some articles on the Q codes and better signals from your handhelds and shopping for antenna tuners, as well as turning your mobile antenna into a base antenna. So, yeah, a lot of great options there, a lot of great information, as well as the follow-up you'll make within the upcoming roundtable here in regards to renewing your license within the AR or the FCC. Good information there. And, yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, new operating manual here, it looks like. Yeah, item 1205. So, yeah, assembling a base station, HF digital communications, amateur satellites, getting into radio clubs, awards, just some kind of the basics of amateur radio, really, and some of the different options that you have. So, yeah, great information there.
Additional comment.
Yeah, go ahead with the additional comment.
I believe somebody brought up the subject of propagation, our last get-together, and another new publication that I spotted. For those who want to get a little bit deeper into the science of radio, I noticed a new publication, Radio Science for the Radio Amateur, and it gets into a little bit explanation of propagation and space weather. That's item 3381 on the ARRL website, 3381, if you want to delve a little bit deeper into the fundamentals of plasma physics as it applies to radio propagation. Back to net control, AA0JK.
W.
This is K1DBC Net Control. I guess just speaking about the ARL store, just holiday time, I guess. We have Black Friday and Cyber Monday, whatever you want. But yeah, so check out the arl.org/shop. Probably have some discounted things potentially, maybe, as well as hamradio.com for hamradiooutlet.com. Ham radio outlet discounts as well. So if you're looking to purchase any equipment, might be a feasible time to do so. So yeah, check those things out. So yeah, with that, I'm going to go ahead and drop here for just a moment. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll actually just take this opportunity to take further check-ins officially. If you're just tuning in, or if you'd like to check in to the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, this is just a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general. Thankfully, we have plenty of combined expertise and experience. If you'd like to check in over the air, please try to use ITU Phonetics for your call sign. Let us know your name and indicate if you have any traffic or questions as you do. If you'd like to check in, please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Hotel Zulu Alpha, John in South Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, that time we had Whiskey Bravo 4, Hotel Zulu Alpha. John, thank you so much for checking in. One more call at the moment. If anybody would like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net just for the count, or if you have any traffic questions, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We'll go ahead. I'll throw it over. Excuse me, over to Jim KE0NRE with traffic. The net is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Daron, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's on the net tonight. My question is, I guess, kind of a silly one, but it's got me confused. I've got an unbalanced antenna. It's not a dipole. It's closer, I guess, to an off-center fed dipole or something like that. And at the frequency I want to run it at, its impedance is closer to 400 ohms as opposed to 50 ohms. So I was wondering if I could use a 450 ohm window line to drive an unbalanced antenna, and if not, why not, and what should I do instead? So back to net, KE0NRE.
JK.
Great question there, KE0NRE Jim. Wondering if you're able to use a 450 ohm window line for an unbalanced antenna, since you're getting that odd whatever there. All right, so Fred, A0JK, go ahead.
Okay, AA0JK. Yeah, okay, if you're going to be using the 400, 450 antenna feed line, that's balanced feed line. That's balanced feed line, and you're hooking it, that sounds like, to an unbalanced antenna. So I don't know whether that's exactly an advantage or not. I think coax would be just fine. Coax is unbalanced feed line hooking to your unbalanced antenna. So I wouldn't worry too much about using the twin lead unless you just want to play around with it. But with the unbalanced off-center dipole is what I understand that you have. You're going to have a balun there to balance out your feed line to your antenna. So do you have a
to the antenna, and I've got a choke balun there at the antenna. But if I work at a different portion of the frequency spectrum than the antenna's cut for, I get a lot of loss in the transmission line. So that's why I was wondering about replacing the coax with a window line or something like that has a higher characteristic impedance. Over?
No, I would say no. I'd stick with your coax, but I don't know exactly the dimensions of your off-center dipole. But a lot of times you'll see the off-center dipoles using a 4-to-1 balun, a 4-to-1 balun to compensate there for the mismatch there in the impedance, to bring the impedance into line. So I don't know, is this an antenna that you purchased or homebrew?
This is homebrew, and I was thinking of making some dimensional changes so I could work on different bands with it. But I figured just like a multi-band dipole arrangement that's fed with open wire feed line or window line, I might be able to do the same sort of thing, but in an unbalanced configuration instead of a balanced one. Over.
No, if you've got an off-center configuration information that you acquired there for cutting the two different elements links but sometimes depending upon the cut of those two links, you're going to have to compensate for with a balun. And but if you look at some of the ones that are published in some of the handbooks and what have you, or even the manufacturers, you'll note that they have a balun up there between the elements, and then you can have your ugly balun down at the transmitter itself. But the antenna itself, you're going to have to compensate for that mismatch in antenna length.
Okay, thank you for the advice on that. Back to net, KE0NRE.
AA0JK, keep us posted.
All right, AA0JK Fred, this is K1DBC Net Control. Good information there, Fred, and great question there, Jim. Yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of know some of the follow-up on that. Yeah, yeah, a little tricky here using antennas, but yeah, you have to use some of the right techniques to balance out that matching there, to match the ohms there. So yeah, really good information there. So really cool.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. There is one additional person that has traffic, Curtis, but I'll throw it back out. I'll throw it out to the net. does anybody have any comments, questions, traffic, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for the net so far this evening? Please call now.
Comment, S.t.e.m.
Yeah, KE0SUM. Jonathan, go ahead.
Hey, Daron. Thanks for taking the net this evening. Hello, everyone. Well, Fred got me looking since I'm a member of ARRL. I get both QST and on the air, but I don't usually read on the air. It's designed a little more for beginners or somebody getting back into the hobby. But I got looking at On the Air magazine, and on page 9, there's a large ad, full page, for DX engineering. And what got me is it's like the very top says, let's get you on the air. Well, they give 2 examples partway down. The one example is 2,194.79, and it's an ICOM 705, which is a QRP 5-watt radio. You get a backpack, you get a magnetic loop, a keyer, and an extra battery. I would never recommend that combination to a beginner. First it's QRP, and then they're using a mag loop. But yeah, I do like the magazine. Don't get me wrong. It's just I read the advertising and see what they're getting at, and my goodness, you don't need that kind of money to get into the hobby. KE0SUM, back to net.
Agreed.
Yeah, KE0SUM, Jonathan. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just a little bit off point for sure that they'd be recommending. I mean, this other one here on the right is quite more in line using an HT, but I mean, even the price point for that is quite more than really you should pay for your beginner HT. I mean, you could go buy a Bofang for $20-$30 off Amazon or whatever, and a lot of us have done that, and that's really what you should do, really, because for 2 meter 70 centimeter 5 watts, I mean, especially if you have repeater access, that's really all that you need to begin with, kind of, for UHF specifically, really. You could operate mobile, however that is. So, yeah, they're a little bit out of touch a little bit maybe with some of their advertising. Sometimes you'll see, but yeah, great news or great articles and magazines. Nevertheless. So, good point though. Yep, and sticker shock is definitely a big thing within the ham radio hobby. I mean, that's definitely what you'll be expecting to pay for a fairly a rig that you'd probably be using for the next 10 years, probably. So definitely want to understand the different price points and the availability of different products and certain things like that. It is whatever your price points are, whatever your budget is, whatever you're looking to get into, there's definitely something for you. Even on the used market, there's always eham.net /classifieds. Hamfests used to be a really good place to go buy used equipment. So hopefully in the next year or so, we'll start to get some more of that. So good information there, Jonathan. Yeah, very cool. I'll throw it back out to the net again. Anyone else at the moment? Any other comments, questions, check-ins? Anything else for the net so far this evening? Please call now.
Follow-up comment?
Yeah, Jonathan, KE0SUM. Go ahead.
Well, they want to advertise their nice high-end gear, and I get that. But I've been playing with QRP for about the last year. But the other day I wanted to test some ham sticks, and I took my 891 Yaesu full power radio out. I set up in a parking lot, and I dialed in the antennas, and it was great. I didn't even think about it. Anytime I threw out my call, I was doing a lot of POTA chasing Parks on the Air. Yeah, I always got contact, and it's like, QRP, you're never quite sure, and sometimes they have to. People will get ham radio operators will copy and get back to you, but it's so much nicer just having 100 watts. KE0SUM, back to net.
Yeah, that's nuts. That is QRP. That's crazy. Wow. All right, this is a K1DBC net control. Great point. Even, I think, really, even a much better point. Really, that's ridiculous. I didn't understand that to begin with, but that's an insane amount of money for QRP. Like $2,000 for QRP. Get out of here. You can build a QRP kit for $50, $100, something like that. Even you can buy something for much cheaper than that for 5 watts, 10 watts. That's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. 100 watts on, $600-$700, maybe tri-band or all-band transceiver and just a good antenna. Yeah, you can definitely get out there. So yeah, there's definitely a niche for QRP, but that's crazy. So good. Yeah, that's a great point there. So yeah, understand what you're getting and make sure you're getting your money's worth and understand, just understand those different things. So yeah, great point as well there, Jonathan. Was I mute on that? No. Okay. No. Okay. Yep. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of options out there for you. There's a lot of flashy stuff, a lot of new stuff out there. But a lot of radios we've been using for the last 10, 15, 20 years, a lot of things haven't really changed. I mean, we're definitely getting into software-defined radio and waterfall spectrums, but that's not something that you can't really bring to an older radio, really, through other means potentially, or through just a cheap software-defined radio. So, definitely be aware out there that things are flashy and look really cool, but sometimes the older equipment gets it done just as well, and if not better, and at a much easier cost to your wallet. So cool, very, very cool. All right, with that, then we'll throw it over to KA0 VBA Curtis with traffic. The net is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jerome. First of all, I want to disagree slightly with the station that said you got to have a balun on an antenna like we were talking about, but an antenna that's slightly unbalanced and with 450 ohm line. I think 450 ohm line is a natural for that kind of an antenna. Now, you're going to need a tuner at the shack, and you're going to need a really good ground. You should not try something like that without a good ground. If you're up on a second floor, then you're going to need to work on your ground a little bit, but you may need several grounds of different lengths. But I think you should, with a good tuner, you should be able to make that ladder line work just fine on that antenna. I would think you should want to take out that balun, which claims to be a balun, which uses ferrite beads on a piece of coax. I think hooking the 450 ohm line directly to the antenna, and then tuning it with a good tuner, which is and having a really good ground at the station is. I think that's a workable plan. I think you're gonna. What the antenna you're describing describes an antenna that we used in high school 100 years ago. It was called a Wyndham antenna. It was an off-center fed antenna. Anyway, the reason I checked in, the reason I asked for a chance to talk tonight was I'm looking for someone who would like to have some good, a combination of some good equipment and some junk. Like to come to Littleton area to get it. I've got a house full of 50 or 60 years of ham radio junk and good stuff. It's got some 50 amp power supplies. It's got some test instruments. It's got some other things. And so I'm looking for somebody who'd like to come and get it. And if he feels moved to pay for some of it, that'd be dandy. But I'm going to be moving, and I want it to find a good home. And I'd like some phone numbers, people who are interested. This is KA0VBA.
Comment, NRE.
All right, Curtis, K0VBA. Sounds good. Yeah, appreciate the follow up on the antenna there, as well as yeah, you have some equipment to give out. That's always nice to see and hear. So, how can people contact you, VBA?
Well, they can call me at 303-424-7373, but I'd be glad to have their name and call sign and phone number.
How did you get that phone number, 7373? That's strictly for a ham.
It cost me $75 100 years ago.
Oh, they made you pay for it. That's great. It's not the paying for it, but the phone number itself. That's great. I love it. A0JK.
All right, sounds good. Thank you there for the phone number there, contact info, VBA, NRE. If you had a follow up on that, go ahead.
Yes, this is KE0NRE. I'd be interested. I'm in the Littleton area, and I'd love to drop by and take a look at what you've got, and I can probably give you a hand. The contact information that's on the QRZ webpage is current and up to date for me, and I'm happy to give you a call, and we'll exchange phone numbers, emails, whatever you need to go forward with. So I look forward to seeing you soon, probably after the Thanksgiving weekend, though. KE0NRE, back to net.
KE0NRE, thank you very much. I've got a lot of 50 or 60 years of everything from junk to good stuff, and it needs a good home. And if I have somebody just sell out what's in the house, they're going to dump it on somebody that doesn't appreciate it. KA0VBA.
Comment?
Go ahead.
Hey, Curtis, it's Jonathan here. Kilo Echo Zero Sierra Uniform Mike. I'd like to come down and see if I could help you out also. My information's good on QRZ, and I can give you my phone if you'd like it.
Well, I'd be glad to have you call me. I think I've got you down somewhere, Jonathan. But, yeah, we're going to have to work out an opportunity to go down there because I'm not there. KA0VBA.
Any Collins or Heathkit?
There's some Heathkit, no Heathkit radios, but there's some Heathkit other things, and no Collins. Well, there might be some Collins stuff, but it's parts.
Okie dokie. Thank you, AA0JK.
Yeah, there's some Collins stuff. There's some Collins transformers with 677 part numbers on them. KA0VBA, back to net.
Yeah, we're looking for a power supply for a Collins transmitter. Okay, very good. You're going to have all kinds of visitors. AA0JK.
All right, A0JK Fred. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, Curtis K, A0VBA. Thank you so much for putting that information out there. And follow up from NRE and s.t.e.m. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure you'll probably get a few calls out there because, yeah, people are always looking to get some equipment, new things to play with, old things to play with, new things for them. So, yeah, we'll put your information out over on the groups.io, and if you want, we can announce it over on the Sunday Night Net as well. So, yeah, really cool. Thanks so much for that information, and hopefully that stuff goes into good hands and is of use for the next X amount of years. So, really, really cool. And hopefully, yeah. Well, we have there's a Hamfest coming up in 2022 next year. If you go over to arl.org/hamfests, you can search for. You can do a search for them. The next one up is the Aurora Repeater Association N0ARA up in Brighton. So you can find more info on the Swapfest, n0ara.org. It looks like it's February 20th, so a little bit out there still, but hopefully there'll be a pretty good turnout and do some window shopping or purchasing or whatnot, and it'll be a nice event there. So look forward to that. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Appreciate everyone being here this evening. Happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully everyone is feeling comfortable, and we'll be getting some food here coming up next day or so, and things are well. So I don't see anybody else indicated that they had traffic, but I'll throw it out to the net. Does anybody have any comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for this evening's Learning Net so far? Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Bravo, Papa November, late check-in, no traffic.
Kilo 0, Mike, Charlie, Whiskey, Tony and Morrison, late check-in, no traffic.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins. KF0BPN Jeff and K0MCW Tony. Thank you both for checking in. Appreciate that. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the net again. Anybody have any comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for the net so far this evening? Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We normally end the net in about 10 minutes or so here. I can probably bring a couple things up, not too much here recently, just things just ramping up with work and holiday season. So, but I'll throw it out to the net. Anyone else at the moment? Any other comments, questions, check-ins so far? Please call now. This is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I don't have a ton of information for this evening. Always great information over on the rtl-sdr.com blog. Newest article here is choosing a step-up software-defined radio. These are just some... These aren't the bottom of the line, essentially $20 software-defined radios that you can get. These are more in the price point of $100 to $200 or so. And this YouTuber, Rob, overviews and compares the AirSpy Mini, SDR Play, RSP-1A, the AirSpy R2, and the AirSpy HF Plus Discovery. It discusses differences such as tuning ranges, bandwidths, and ADC bit depths, and why these parameters matter. So you can go check out that video on his YouTube channel, or more information over on rtl-sdr.com, and you can find a link for that. Speaking of YouTube, the Tri-Lakes radio group is quite out there, but they are within Colorado. Let me see if I can bring their thing up here, because they released they had a recent monthly meeting and had a video of it. Let me bring that up here again. Sorry. Maybe. Where are we at? W0TLM.
So, yeah, I am missing part of it. And like I said, I think I didn't think of that when it came, is I might have to reformat them.
This is K1DBC Net Control. This club is the Whiskey Zero Tango Lima Mike, the Tri-Lakes Monument Radio Ham Radio Club. They are... I'll have to look them up here where they're at exactly, but they have a recent video on Deep Space Exploration Society, DSES. Dan Lane, Alpha Delta Zero Charlie Uniform, science lead, talks to them about the amateur radio astronomy taking place near Haswell, Colorado. Learn about the search for pulsars and using a 60-foot dish antenna for moon bounce, EME communication.
Radio use in civil and military, and in there's little segments that are allocated for radio astronomy. Those are protected.
So go check that video out. Just released November 23rd. Their YouTube. You can look them up on YouTube, W0TLM, and you should be able to find them. So pretty good information. Be really cool to watch that here. Again, we do have a couple radio telescopes here within Colorado. Again, in Haswell, there is a fairly large dish there, a 60-foot dish antenna, and then the Berthoud High School, I believe, also has a radio antenna. Always more info. SARA.org, SARA, the Society of Amateur Radio Astronomy, Radio Astronomers. .org for more info. This may be it, but it doesn't look like what I'm expecting. As well as radio-astronomy.org. I think that's actually that was the SARA group. So Society of Amateur Radio Astronomers is radio-astronomy.org. Great info on getting into a lot of interesting things and understanding the cosmos and again, linking back to what we spoke about to begin with, citizen science. So really cool stuff here. K1DBC Net Control. What else here? I was playing the introduction video. I'll play a few minutes of it as well. On the outro, the Hackaday, Hackaday.com, their prize, sponsored by Supply Frame. They recently announced their the different winners and their different challenges. So these are prizes ranging from $25,000 to $500. So I'll play a few minutes of it in the outro and some of the winners there. So it's some pretty interesting things. Again, taking science into your own hands and creating hardware and creating software, and there's definitely a lot of opportunities to do that. So I will play a little bit of that when we close things out here at the end of the net. So at this point, though, I'll throw it back out to the net. Anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's Learning Net? Please call now. All right. Again, more info on our club, W0TX.org. We have another meeting coming up December 15th. We had our last meeting, it was either last week, I think, and it wasn't exactly as we expected, but again, if you missed it, you can view it if you do a search on YouTube for our club's call sign W0TX. You can find the video of the practical foil metal antennas by John Portune, W6NBC. So stay tuned for the meeting for next month, and we'll go from there.
W0TX repeater.
Quickly, I guess, speaking about selling and buying or trading, again, you can go to the W0TX.org, as well as, I'll have to repost it, but several local clubs have these kind of trading posts, if you will. So if you're looking to buy or sell equipment, these are great places to look in lieu of the No Ham Fest. So another great information there. Again, as Fred mentioned, the Roundtable newsletter is going to be coming out here in the 1st of December, or the first week of December. So check that out. Plenty of information in there. A lot of archived online. So yeah, that's a lot about our club at the moment. Let me see if there's anything else I have. This is K1DBC Net Control. I don't really have much more for this evening's net. Again, just a little bit quiet for the holiday season a little bit. Just relaxing a little bit. Hopefully everybody's doing the same. So, again, check out more info on us, groups.io/G/ham learning net, on youtube.com. If you search for a club call sign, W0TX, you can always find information on there. I will throw it one final call out to this evening's net. Any other final comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net? Please call now.
And question SUM.
Yeah, Jonathan, KE0SUM. Jonathan, go ahead.
Yeah, Drone, I wanted to get back with Curtis. KE0VBA. I don't see an email address on QRZ, so I can give you my phone number if you want to communicate that way. KE0SUM.
Either that or you can call me at 303-424-7373, Jonathan.
Oh, I even wrote that down. Yes, 7373. Okay, thanks, Curtis. I'll let you know tomorrow sometime.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to make another visit down there next week sometime, but I don't know when. K0VBA.
All right, K0 VBA sounds good. Appreciate that. Yeah, Jonathan, K0 s.t.e.m as well. Yeah, just try to keep in contact there, and hopefully you guys can work some things out. So really, really cool. All right, one more time. This will be the last final call. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net? Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'd like to thank everyone for being here this evening, for your participation. Anything is always helpful. Even if you're just listening out there, that's helpful as well. We definitely appreciate everyone being here. Again, all the Elmers. We appreciate our club, W0TX, to allow us to use their repeaters. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a holiday meeting, but yeah, check out our Sunday night nets, our continued Wednesday night learning nets. More info, W0TX.org for all things Denver Radio Club. Again, Elmer at W0TX.org, DRC Learning Net at gmail.com. Search on YouTube, W0TX. Plenty of places to contact us, find us. Don't hesitate to get on the air. That's another common thing too. Monitor the 2 meter, 70 centimeter repeaters. Look on our website for the different repeaters that we have. Check them out. Don't be afraid to jump on the air. Again, we also have a 6 meter net Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. The 6 meter invitational net. Check that out. So a lot of opportunities to get on the air. Definitely love to hear you out there as much or as little as you want. So let me see what else we have here, and I'll wrap things up. All right, this evening we had a total of 15 check-ins. Again, appreciate everyone being here. Happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully everyone's doing well out there, as much as you can be. Let's see. We're not going to be meeting in person anytime soon, unfortunately. More information, W0TX.org for more information on our next upcoming meeting. December 15th, not yet announced. Everyone is welcome to any of our events, whether you're an amateur radio operator or you're a member or not, really. So with that, please join us next week, 7:30 p.m., 1930 hours for our next Learning Net. All stations, please stand by while the repeaters are placed into normal mode.
PL on.
All right, again, thanks everyone for checking in, as always, being there. It's great to hear everyone's voice, and hopefully everyone's doing well. With that, this is K1DBC 7-3. I am clear. Everyone have a good evening. All right, everyone out here on YouTube, thanks again for hanging out here. Just play a quick, this is a 30-minute video, but I'll play just a few segments of it. Again, Hackaday Prize is an annual prize, global hardware design challenge focused on widespread and impactful innovation. This year, they're asking the community to rethink and refresh familiar concepts across multiple facets of hardware. How can they communicate more effectively through different display technologies? How can supportive tech expand its reach and also bring new potential engineers into the fold? What defines a robot? In 2021, they're challenging their community to answer these questions with their unique and capable hardware designs. So let's just take a look at a couple of the winners here. Let's see, the fourth place here. Let me make sure this is unmuted. I'll mute myself here as well.
Labs with affordable equipment that works well, that is really a game changer. And so this winning entry found a way to bring together modular electronics with some custom design glue to put them all together into a useful lab tool in an affordable way. Let's take a look.
This project proved the fact that electronics can be very affordable. The fact that it's small and handheld makes it be something modular that I can envision it going into some kind of bigger testing machine or learning tool that opens up a new idea or a new type of tester.
With the Raspberry Pi spectrometer, I was really impressed with how compact they were able to make it. The machines I'm used to are, desktop, bigger sized, refrigerator sized. And they got it really small and really cheap, and that's just best of both worlds. Congratulations, Raspberry Pi spectrometer. To see the impact you'll have on the world.
So congratulations to the Raspberry Pi spectrometer project. It looks like this project had a lot of hard work been put into it, so congratulations, and I can't wait to see where this project goes. I'll definitely be following it.
User-friendly package. So without further ado, let's hear from our judges.
So an Arduino for pneumatics, that right there is just enough to sell it to me. Because I've had to do quick prototypes of pneumatics before, and it's never easy. You gotta have to go and find all the right components. There's tubes, there's pumps, all electronics. It's hard to make it digitally controlled. Super useful, and if it's a need, that's definitely there on the market.
I loved how the creators behind this project openly talked about inviting people to collaborate in the project page. That was so amazing to see, just that sort of open invitation for anyone who believes in the vision to join them.
And not only have they obviously solved the problem completely, but they've solved the problem with knowledge. It's beautifully documented, beautifully done. It's far smaller than I would have imagined that you could do that and still have sufficient power. And yet there it is.
Congratulations, Flow.io, for being the Hackaday Grand Prize winner.
Congratulations to Flow.io. You have brought great credit upon yourself, your university, and your team.
Congrats to Flow.io. This is an amazing project. I'm super excited to see how the Hackaday community runs with Flow.io.
Congratulations to the Flow.io team. Woo! Woohoo!
Dear Hackaday community, I'm absolutely thrilled that Flow.io was selected as winner of the Hackaday Grand Prize.
All right, those are just a couple of the entries there. Again, the Hackaday Prize 2021. They've been doing this for about 10 years now, and just drives real great innovation. So a lot of great challenges this year, rethinking displays, refreshing work from home. Hackaday.com for more information, and then the Hackaday Prize there. So again, thanks everyone for sticking around here for a couple minutes. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the evening. Have a good holiday, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good evening. Maybe.
NBC Television.